Oh, yes. You know how it is, man. Base Boxing Basement. Triple B in the house. This is the preview for the Big Bang. Zhilei Zhang vs. Joseph Parker. I don't know what Parker's nickname is. You know his fighting name. Let me have a look, man. Obviously, we all know the Big Bang. Zhilei Zhang. Because he gonna bang everybody and everything, right? But yeah, I mean, I think I've asked this question before, really. But what is he going to be? The killer Samoan? Let me have a look right here. Now, obviously, it's Samoan name, right? I don't sound like David Greenblatt, but I'm going to give it a go. Lupe Solialai Lao Aliolale Matala Liatoa Joseph Parker. Yeah, I don't think I pronounced that well. It's difficult, man, Samoan. I've got some Samoan pals and fans, you know, so maybe they can put me right. But yeah, my man, Joseph Dennis Parker. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's got a nickname, but that's fine because we got the Big Bang, Zhilei Zhang. Now we had to win, and it was like most heavyweight wins, there's always some interest there. So Joseph Parker, I ain't going to say his Samoan name again, but Joseph Parker was 247 pounds. Now, that's not, unusual for him. He's around that weight, 245.5. His last fight, Wilder, 250, Simon Keane. Faugu, Opelu, he was 239. I mean, so he's generally around that mark. But what was interesting was this. He looked super lean for 247. He looks like he's had a great camp. Like he had a svelte jawline, a no homo. He looked in great shape. Yeah, I expect him to come in good shape. But when you're used to seeing a fighter, the little differences stay in your mind. He's just a little bit. It's going to sound weird, but his skin looked good as well. It radiated health, slightly shiny, and he looked confident, So, I mean, it hasn't made me necessarily change my pick, but it does make me think, we're getting a Parker, a top Parker, an in-shape Parker here. So, that makes it quite interesting. And then we had the Big Bang, Zhilei Zhang. Okay? He banged everything and everybody. He came in at a huge 291 pounds. Now, against Joe Joyce, he weighed 287, so that's close. That's the second one. In the first fight, he weighed 278. So he's been putting on weight, the Big Bang. Ergovich, when he fought Ergovich, he weighed 277. Yeah, I mean, he's the biggest. He's got to be the biggest he's ever been. 291. That's a giant Chinaman. My favorite giant Chinaman to boot. Possibly my favorite Chinaman, full stop, right? But yeah, I mean, apart from that, yeah, my friend who runs the Chinese down the road, I quite like him too. He gives me sometimes, he'll give me, some extra little bits and pieces, a couple of spring rolls I didn't ask for. Zhilei hasn't done that for me, but, he hasn't met me. So, Big Bang, 291. My thoughts were this. He didn't look out of shape. I mean, right, okay, let me be straight. He's never one of those muscular guys. He's a big lump. He's a natural big lump, right? Well, I think when he turned pro, I think he was 260, around 260. So he's put on 30 pounds. That's a lot of weight, but he was always a big lump. But he never had that taut muscular physique, and he doesn't this time. I did think his arms looked slightly skinny when he was face-to-face with Joe Parker. Parker's arms look more muscular, if you like. Yeah, they looked a little skinny. I mean, I don't know, man. You don't read too much into it, huh? Zhang has got a big weight advantage, however. We're talking like almost 45 pounds. That's massive. 45 pounds of weight, huh? The main thing I noticed was the Big Bang had this bump on his head, It's quite weird. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme always had this little lump on his head. I've looked into it. It can be all kinds of things, a cyst or a benign cyst, all these kind of things, an insect bite. I don't know, but Van Damme claimed he got it in a bare knuckle fight. He's obviously lying because it sounds better, doesn't it? If you're a martial artist, rather than it's just a deformity. But yeah, I don't think Big Bang, the bump on Big Bang's head makes that different. But yeah. I think, what's obvious here is Parker, surely he must try and box. Certainly in the early rounds. Certainly in the early rounds, he's going to use his boxing skills. He's always had reasonable boxing skills, right? To, whilst Zhang is dangerous and fresh. And, it's been said about Zhang for ages. Oh, he phased badly. And if he doesn't get, he's done that a couple of times. The most obvious one was Jerry Forrest. But Jerry Forrest, you got to remember Jerry Forrest, when he fought Zhang, Zhang had some kind of kidney problem. A genuine kidney problem. So, you got to discount that, and that was a draw. But, I didn't look at his KOs. He does a lot of early KOs. He's got a lot of first-round KOs. He once had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first-round KOs in a row. His first 2 fights are KO 1. So he's dangerous, man. We know he's dangerous in the early round. He's got loads of first-round KOs. But early on, he went the distance a few times, including with this bum called Eric George, who had... At the time, he had 2 wins and 6 losses. He's 5'9", this guy. And he's basically a cruiserweight. Yeah? This is really bizarre. It was only 4-rounder, but George weighed 198 pounds. And he still won the distance with the Zhilei Zhang. I don't know, man. I wouldn't read too much into that. Zhang has obviously got... He's one of them guys that's got better as he's moved up, Yeah, he lost to Ergovich, but most people think Ergovich lost that fight. Sorry, that Zhang should have won that fight. It's difficult to know whether Zhang will really carry his power to the late rounds. He rarely goes into the late rounds, and when he does, there's quite a lot of distance fights. So, I say quite a lot. You're talking about 4, but including early fights. So mainly, I'm waffling a bit here, but But listen, let's just be honest, man. The Big Bang is very dangerous in the early rounds, right? I'm going to count his first round KOs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12 first-round KOs, right, in 26 victories. That's pretty impressive, man. It's about 40% first-round KOs. He's dangerous. He done Joe Joyce. He stopped him in 6 rounds on an injury. Joyce wasn't complaining. And if you notice, remember, Zhang was mad then. In the second fight, he KOs him. Boom. Joe Joyce, allegedly impregnable chin. He even used to brag on it, Joe Joyce, telling everybody, you got a plan, innit, until they hit me in the face and nothing happens, bruv. Yeah, well, until Zhilei Zhang hits you in the face and you go face first, ass in the air, blood. Face down, ass up. And Zhilei just walked away knowing. I knew this was going to happen the second time. So, we got to, the other's prediction would be the Big Bang early or Joe Parker later on points. I don't see Parker stopping the Big Bang at all unless he completely wears him, unless he completely tires out and loses all his energy. If it's like that, it's a 12-rounder. But he still went 12 rounds with Filip Ergovich, okay, and many thought he won it. And I can't see Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker's a decent puncher, but he doesn't really stop anyone good, does he? Yeah? He's got 23 KOs and 34 wins. But generally, he does not stop. He does not stop the big fighters. He usually goes the distance, And he's been dropped a few times. He went the distance with Razvan Kojanu and Andy Ruiz and Huey Fiore and Joshua and Dillian White and Chisora twice. Yeah. He only went 11 rounds with Joe Joyce because he got knocked out. Who's he knocked out who's any good? He went the distance with Wilder, right? So Parker hasn't got that big. He's got a respectable shot. He's not that big. He has been put over a few times. Obviously, the Joe Joyce one being the most important because Zhang destroyed Joyce, and that's Joe Parker's most recent loss, and it was his first stoppage loss. Although he's been down a few other times, like I said. Not against Gay J. I think got dropped by Chisora, did he? I think it dropped by Chisora. He dropped Chisora himself a couple of times. Yeah, Parker was down in the first round against Chisora. But, Parker's chin is solid. But I don't think it's Big Bang Zhilei Zhang solid. Yeah? And, of course, his punch is not as solid as the Big Bang. I see Parker, like I said, he's going to try and win the rounds, keep out of danger in the first half of the fight. But he can't just let all the rounds go. I don't think he'll be wanting to lose the rounds. He'll be just trying to outbox him, But it's my opinion that the Big Bang, despite his age, and it's an issue, people can just turn, he's had a long amateur career, the Big Bang. And, he's 40, right? So he can get old overnight. It's happened to many other fighters. My belief is that the Big Bang will lower the boom. I wanted to say round 8. That was what was in my gut. But, the Big Bang, I don't think it's KO'd anyone after round 6. Let me have a look. No, he hasn't. It seems like he KOs him in one round. Yeah. Let's see what he's got. So he's got a few 4 second round KOs, 6th round KO of Joyce, 3rd round KO of Joyce. But, Joyce was a serious chin, even though it's been cracked now. The question, so if you wanted to, I haven't looked at the odds, but maybe a Zhang early round KO is not a bad choice. Maybe you have a look at round 1. I don't think it'll happen, but you get 60-1 on the Big Bang winning in round 1. I want a little tickle. I'll put a couple of quid on that. Obviously, the interesting ones are going to be... look, you guys have a look for yourself. I ain't got time. I've got a lot of things to do. A lot of previews. But have a look. There might be some value. Some value in the Big Bang with the early KO. But the thing is, Parker, it just freaks me out a bit because Parker looks in such good shape. Yeah. But, you get 4-1 on Zhang, 1-6. I don't know about that. But, I'm not going to change my prediction. Right? Just because Parker looks in decent shape, I could see him winning on points. like Ergovic style. But to me, the big weight advantage of the Big Bang, 45 pounds, and the power. I'm going to say he KOs Parker. Between rounds 6 and 8. Even though, like I said, the Big Bang has never actually KO'd anyone after round 6. I just got the feeling that Parker will box very cleverly, or try and box cleverly, and try and avoid the big shots early. But I think the Big Bang will lower the boom at some stage. I think the Big Bang will win via KO. Like I said, there's not that much value. On Zhang winning by knockout. Let's have a look. The odds have changed slightly in favour of Parker, actually. You get evens on Zhang KO now. It's up to you. Maybe you want to throw that and accumulate. I might do that. The odds have shifted slightly after the weigh-in, which is interesting. So other people have noticed. Yep, he is in good shape, Parker. And maybe they thought, Zhang weighing a bit heavy. Is he going to gas out? So, but I'm sticking with the Big Bang lowering the boom at some stage on Parker's chin. And Parker's chin not being able to take it. So Big Bang by KO, that's the Triple B situation right there.